a lot of the stuff really didn't bother me because I know who I am as a woman and as a person, but I wanted to clear all of the talk about single mothers. That's what bothered me the most. And mainly because 70% of black households are raised by single mothers. Okay, 70%. And that's actually lower now. It used to be 80. So now we're down to 70. So majority of the people on there talking about single mothers, you're raised by a single mom, but you have so much to say about single mothers. And so let's talk about me as a single mother. Yes, I'm a single mom. I was a teen mom too. I had my son at 18, my daughter at 21. And let's talk about how I went from a teen mom to a successful realtor, which I said I was. A lot of people had a lot of misconceptions about that too, about what I do. I sell this, I sell that. The only thing I sell is houses. So fix your bad credit and come see me and get a home. That's the only thing I sell. That's number one. Okay. And then okay. And
Kendra is trying to, I mean, obviously it's for entertainment purposes, but Kendra is trying to pour more gasoline on the fire because she's already going off on the people in the comments. But Kendra is like, you know what? This is not good enough. Let me make you go after them a little bit more. Which, I mean, it's entertainment, so I get it.
help you fix it too. So I help with credit repair. So I'll fix your credit and get you into a home. Again, that's the only thing I sell. Okay. So a teen mom to a successful realtor, I have sold 50 homes in real estate. And that's a lot to say about a black realtor in ATL because a lot of people are realtors and they're not successful. I've sold 50 homes. Okay. 50. Okay. I make good money. So I said that. Okay. And then let's talk about how I have my son. And that was a joke too, Kenya, because okay, I'm goofy. I'm very goofy. I'm sarcastic. I'm playful. I don't need my man to be as tall as my son. I mean, it would be ideal, but he does not have to be. And my son is not disrespectful, and he's not going to disrespect a man because they're not the same height.
Well, that's how is a man supposed to know that? Because he's coming in as the stepfather, so he takes a chance. He takes a risk of being disrespected by your kids. Rightly so, because he's not the biological father. So he cannot discipline your kids. Anything he says, the kids will just say, you're not my daddy. Which it could happen at any time because he's a new man in their life. He's not their real father. So any man coming in, he knows that's a risk he's going to take. And rightly so.
That was a joke. I made a joke, okay? Now, my son, let's talk about him being a D1 athlete that this single mother raised on her own. I'm a single mom. He's a D1 athlete. He has 35 scholarships, 35 to choose from. He's graduating this year. Okay, a teen mom, I did that. And then both of my children, my daughter is 16, they both have a 3.0 GPA. So let's talk about that as a single mom.
How do your kids being successful help me as a guy coming in to be a stepfather? How does that help it? How does that benefit the man, the new man in your life? It does not. If anything, since they're going to college, if he's going to play a real stepfather, he's going to have to look out for them while they're in college. He's going to be the guy they're going to call and be like, hey, stepdaddy, I have so-and-so. Can you send me $250? Because he's the new stepfather. So them being successful does not help him in any way. He shouldn't be proud of that. It benefits you as the mom for raising them right, but it doesn't benefit the stepfather.
Okay, let's talk about how I have a beautiful home, 4-bedroom on a basement. I drive a Mercedes. My home is peaceful. So y'all want to talk about all these single moms and single mothers can't have standards. Baby, yes, I can have standards because I am the standard. I set the bar. Y'all try to plug me. I'm very intelligent. I have a bachelor's degree in education. I'm spiritual. I'm healed. My life is peaceful. I'm funny. I'm goofy. And I love to travel. I pay for my...
Baby, everything you just listed is what is expected of you as an adult. Those things you listed do not benefit a man who's coming to play stepdaddy, who's coming to play a stepfather. They don't benefit him in any way. I'm waiting for you to mention things that would benefit a man who's going to be in a relationship with you. Because everything you just listed benefits you as a single mom for your kids. They don't benefit the man. Like no man is going to look for for a single mom and the first thing he's going to look for, does she have a bachelor's in education? No, they benefit you, not the man.
My own travel. If I'm in a relationship, yes, the men in the past have paid for my trips. But me on my own, I pay for my own trips. I just went to Ghana 2 weeks ago. I stayed over there for 2 weeks, and I went to Italy and Morocco. So that's why I said I want a man who has a flexible schedule like me because I love to travel.
And this is why I told you guys that these days every woman loves to travel. And actually, they disqualify guys who don't like to travel. Every time a woman says they like to travel and they prefer a guy who likes to travel, what they are saying is once we get in a relationship, you now have to take care of our travel trips bills. Because believe you me, no woman is going to be in a relationship with you. And when you go on a trip or a vacation trip, she expects you to pay for her. She doesn't expect you, she doesn't expect both of you to go 50-50 on the travel trips.
Man, if you have a job, and let's talk about this because I did not knock anybody with a 9 to 5. If you have a 9 to 5, that's amazing. You should. Everybody needs to work. I'm not knocking that. Why would I knock somebody working? I just said, you asked me my preferences. I said I would like a man who's an entrepreneur because I know he has a flexible schedule. When I take vacation, some days I go 3 to 4 days. That's on the weekend. But some days I like to go. I mean, sometimes I like to go 2 to 3 weeks at a time. People with jobs, they don't have that flexibility. But I'm not knocking your 9 to 5. I'm just talking about me and what I like.
So you are saying you will not give a guy who has a 9 to 5, a good man, let's say he has all these other things right, he's a good man, but because he has a 9 to 5, you will not give him a chance because he has 9 to 5, even if he's a good man, because he can't up and go and travel whenever he wants. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Honestly, I believe both men and women sometimes we lose out on the good people we were supposed to be with because of these crazy standards. Now, I don't knock you for your standards, mama. You can have all the preferences and standards you have, but ask yourself this question: has life rewarded you with your standards? Because if not, then you may have to look in the mirror and be like, okay, maybe my standards are crazy. Maybe my standards are delusional. Because sometimes we miss out on good people because our standards are ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay, okay. One thing I will want to say is, and I host the show, so I definitely hear all the comments about single moms. Only thing that I will say, if a mother is single, that means the father is not doing their part. Like, we give all the lack to single moms, but how come we don't focus on the fact that, well, I don't know, you tell me this, because maybe this will educate me. Do your children's dads, are they participating?
I only have one.
Okay. Does he participate?
What he wants to when he wants to, but I am the sole provider for my children of my household, and I'm not looking for a man to come in and parent or father or take care of my kids. It's already done. My kids are 16 and 17. My son graduates this year. So why would I be looking for a man to take care of my kids? And I don't want any more kids. So that was another thing. Oh, she's looking for somebody to take care of her kids. My kids are grown. They're about to graduate.
Okay.
Yeah, your kids may be grown, but if it's a serious relationship and you guys get to the point where you're going to live under the same household, the same roof, in the same house, your kids are going to visit. And if they visit, they are going to have to interact with your new man, and he's gonna have to interact with them. So at some point, somehow, whether emotionally, financially, physically, whichever way, he will provide for those kids at some point, if the relationship is that serious that you guys live under the same household. Now, if you plan to never live with a man, never get married with that said man, then of course the chances of him playing stepdad are low.
Okay. Well, yeah. So you kind of bring my point. I just feel like we get so much flack to single moms, but not to the men who made them single moms. Like, I feel like the energy, if you're going to give the energy to women who have children and they're raising them by themselves and now they want to date, you have to give the energy to the man that put them in that position. Like, so that's the part that I don't like, that's not balanced. Like,
I don't. Okay, Kenreji, you have this wrong. Because if we know 80% of the time women break up relationships or file for divorce, so clearly the man didn't make them a single mom. Now, are there deadbeat fathers? For sure. But majority, and especially black men, are the most involved fathers in their children's lives. That's a statistic from CDC. You can look it up. So that's wrong. Secondly, we usually hear only from single moms. We never hear from single dads. We usually hear from single mom trashing the men. Even the men who are active, they either complain he doesn't give enough money or he doesn't see the kids a lot, even if they're trying to refuse him from seeing the kids, even if they speak trash about the father in front of the kids. So we never hear the dad's side of the story. The comment section and other people online try to give the father the benefit of a doubt, because we usually, for the most part, hear from single moms like her. We never hear from the dad's point of view. It's always he left. But we know majority of the time, women break up relationships for the most part.
If anything, the father who decided to not raise his child should get all this negative attention, not the mother who's making it happen by whatever she's giving. And that's where I just think that that's unfair. Like,
but how are we supposed to know if he really refused to raise his kids? Because we only have one side of the story from the mom. We don't know the dad side of the story. We don't know the exact truth of why they broke up. If she's refusing him to see his kids, if she moved states. Some women move states so the dad can't see his kids anymore. Like, there's so many things dads go through, especially in the family court system, that we don't know. We only know her side of the story. So how can you assume, Kendra G, that the dads don't want to be in their children's lives? That's not true.
Like, y'all should be men, because a lot of men scold the single moms. You should be scolding your gender, the men who do not take care of their responsibility and raise their children. And that would seem to me fair. Because if a woman's a single mom, it's because the guy's not there.
Exactly. We didn't.
Or maybe because she left. How about that? Or maybe because she doesn't want him to see his kids so that she can get child support. Or maybe because she talks trash about the dad in front of the kids so that kids start to hate their dad because they think the dad doesn't care. That happens every single day. Come on, Kendra.
We didn't choose this life. It chose us. Like, I didn't wake up one day and be like, oh, I don't want to be with the kids, the father of my kids anymore. That wasn't a choice. It just happened that way. And again, we're doing everything. I bust my ass to take care of my kids. Like, I grind. And so it just was very hurtful to see all of those comments about single mothers. And yes, like, why not give it to the men? You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Now, let's talk about a couple things. I think what happens is, so I host the show, right? And this is 5 years of hosting the show. I do not claim to be a guru or relationship expert, but I'm a journalist. And I've been talking to single people for 5 years, more than 15,000 single people. So you learn a lot after having all those conversations. One of the things I think is the statistics on the amount of men that fit the description of what you asked for, right? So because you asked for a certain height, a certain tax bracket, that man, and I don't think women know, there's so many women that kind of want that man, right? Mm-hmm. So I think a lot of the pushback was, why would this man choose you when he has 10,000 options around the world? And that's where it gets kind of tricky. So
I think the reason she thinks that kind of man may choose her, because she's a beautiful woman. I know some of you guys in the comments are going to argue she's a 3, she's a 4. No, for me, she could pass. Now, maybe she has some makeup on, but she could pass like an 8, especially for her age. She's a good-looking woman, so I wouldn't be shocked if her DMs are full. So because she has so many guys in her inbox, that may inflate her ego to think there are so many rich men out there who want her. So that could be the reason why she thinks she wants this top tier guy, because she has so many guys in her DMs who want her just for romance purposes, but not like full commitment marriage.
So, do you stay with your salary requirement? It was 100K, right, or more?
I said that was the minimum. I said at least. And then, but then you did ask me, you was like, would you go down to 75K? I said, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Do you want to get married? Is that the goal?
I do. I would like a partner. It doesn't necessarily have to have be a marriage. Like, I would like a partner.
Okay. And are those things non-negotiables? If he can't travel as you travel,
because my kids, again, they're about to graduate, and I'm about to be an empty nester, and I plan on doing a lot of traveling. And so I don't want my partner to be in a position where he can't go with me, or he feels some type of way, because that's what I desire. Like, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
So basically, she's looking for someone to pay for her travel trips. Honestly, that's what it looks like to me. Like she says, she's not interested in marriage like that. She's just looking for someone. Because for now, she pays 100% of her travel trips. But you, as the new man, you best believe you are going to be paying for both of your travel trips. It is what it is. So you, as a man, you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. You have to read between the lines.
So, so yeah, so you have to be able to travel.
Yes.
Okay. And you don't mind if he has kids.
No, I want him to have kids because I'm not having any more kids.
Okay. Did you have a height requirement? I can't remember.
Well, I said tall. I'm 5'9". I'm not average height for a woman. I'm really tall. So I would like for him to at least be taller than me. He doesn't have to be 6'4", but at least be taller than me.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, as guys, we also like a woman who's usually in shape. So, but you as a man, if you are not in shape, unless your money is long, it's gonna be tough for you as a guy who's not in shape to want a woman who's in shape. So it's fair. She's a tall woman. She wants a tall guy. That's fair. So if you're a guy and you are like Rick Ross, you're gonna have to have Rick Ross money to demand a woman who's in shape.
Okay. And you're in Atlanta. Do you want him to be in Atlanta?
No, I prefer not. Please don't be.
Don't be in Atlanta.
Please, I cannot stand Atlanta men.
Okay, she cannot stand Atlanta man. All right, so we've kind of just hit, I know you want to come back to clear and defend yourself, and I always want to give everybody the opportunity to do that. So did anybody reach out, or was it just all people saying you're not going to find this guy?
It was some people that reached out were not my type. And then it was a lot of people in the comments, like your cousins. They really have the nerve. Like, it's a lot of people in your comments that I would leave on red. You'll be sitting in my inbox, okay? Like, honestly, like, I'm just gonna be for real. Like, my inbox looks like the food stamp line downtown Atlanta, and you would be the majority of y'all on there will be sitting in my inbox on red. Like, let's be for.
And this is why I told you the reason she has such high crazy standards for the kind of man she wants as a single mom is because she has so many inbox, so she has so many guys in her inbox. So she has the false sense of reality that because she has 500 DMs from guys, that somehow she's going to get the top tier kind of man she wants. And I would probably be the same way. I would be as a delusional, for a lack of better words. I would be as delusional as a man if I had messages from 500 women, in my inbox. I would think I deserve a Rihanna kind of woman, a Beyonce, because all these women are throwing themselves at me. So I'm going to leave those because I deserve this. So I could see where she may think she deserves a certain type of man.
For real. Like, so much negative, nasty stuff to say, and it's like, you don't even have a chance. You're not even in my league. Stay in your lane. And while we're talking about that, I want to clear this guy. He was on your show before. His name is Jamal. His Instagram is IAMMACMAAL. He's from Chicago. He was on here before. He's a 45-year-old barber with a whole bunch of kids, babies and stuff. And he made a comment on the post that was like, yeah, I met her before. She's slow. Baby, you've never met me. You were in my DMs begging me to come to Chicago, and I blocked you because you were goofy. Don't ever comment on me. And then it's like lying, like you talk about you met me. Baby, you were begging me to come to Chicago. You begged. I blocked you.
Wait, what's the IG again?
Oh my gosh, now she's exposing guys who are in her DMs. Jeez, man, she came off. Like, she's going off. You know, this is crazy. But hey, listen, this is what happens when someone has so many DMs. She's a beautiful woman. So I understand why the ego and she's talking the way she's talking. Because regardless, no matter how she's talking, there are still going to be men here in her inbox, guys. Let's face the facts. She's a good looking woman. So no matter what she says, no matter how ratchet loud she comes off, it doesn't matter whether she's a single mom, 2 kids, it doesn't matter. All the high standards, men are still going to be in her inbox. So that's why she's talking the way she's talking. If she had 0 DMs in her inbox, she wouldn't be talking the way she's talking. So that is the truth.
Yeah, the T. What is it?
IAMMACMAAL. His name is Jamal. He's a 45-year-old barber in Chicago. He claims to be an investor, but I'm a realtor, so I was able to Google his number, and he got foreclosed properties. Jamal, don't play with me.
Wait,
Jeez.
I think he was the guy that was at I think I people on the
So now we're exposing people because we don't like what they say. That's goofy to me. For me, that would be a red flag, because that means once you get into a relationship with her and she doesn't like something you say or you do, she may expose you to the whole public because she didn't like something. So to me, that would be a red flag, no matter how good looking she is. But again, she's looking for a man who's 6'4", who makes 100K, who's willing to travel and pay for her travel trip. So I don't qualify. But some of you guys in the comments might qualify. But I wanted to go check the comments and see if the people are still going after her, because, you know, she said people are going after her. So let's check the comments. See, the first comment says she thinks she's finer than she is. True, but that's because her inbox is full. She has so many guys trying to, you know, check her out, so she's going to think she's hot shit, you know. Some people are saying she was there the first time. Here, as you can see, I like this comment. Think about how much stress this will bring you. This is what I literally just said. Because she's exposing people she has never even met. Now, guess what? If she gets to know you, you guys hang out, you're in a relationship, and you do something, you guys break up, she will expose you some more. So that would be a red flag for me. Yeah, this is entertainment for sure. And this is a woman saying this. She claimed that it wasn't a choice to be a single mom. However, you laid down with the exact same man who you had your first child with. This is a good point, because she claims it wasn't a choice, but she has 2 kids by the same guy. So if the first time wasn't a choice, I'll give you that. But the second time, that was definitely a choice. And breaking up with your family, breaking up with your baby daddy, that was definitely another choice. This is facts, and these are all women going after her. That I'm spiritual, I'm healed, but here to rant and expose people. That's facts. You can't say you're healed, you're spiritual, but when something doesn't go your way, you're trying to expose people online. Anyway, man, full link down below to Kendra's G Show. I don't want to finish the video because I want you guys to go to Kendra's G Show channel. I'll link down below the full video so you guys check it out. All right.